All right, so we're back. Did the assault reset, and I'm still too lazy to do the what is it? Anyway, the point being is you can't swap off of your character off of Belle until you do whatever story nonsense they want you to do, and I'm too lazy, and I don't care, and I don't. There's nothing I hate doing in this game more than like the obligatory mandatory story segments. So I always put them off. They're really annoying. So for the next few videos, until I get that done, you're gonna have to be dealing with Bell instead of the usual. Um, let's see. Electric ether, uh, ice ether. This is gonna be anomaly. This is gonna be kind of annoying. What do we want here? Anomaly. Okay. It's interesting. We have a neutral boss now. He's not allergic to anything, but he's also not resistant to anything. Uh, this guy only has weaknesses, and this one is whatever. What do I do? Let's see. I guess we'll start with this one. So here's something we're gonna do. Okay, so not this one. Agent attack increases by 10%. AP increases, which you don't care about. Crit damage, attack percent increase, basic attack increase, and defense shred. I mean, I think this is just kind of. We know that we can do it with Sanby, Trigger, and Nicole pretty easily. I'm probably gonna do that, but I might also. I think I'm gonna do a run. Let's see. We'll probably bring in you in. I think we're also gonna try using the new. What's her name here? Where is she? I missed her somewhere. There she is. The new Rina. She's got some buffs. She's a lot more fun to use. Yeah, she's just more interesting, and then we'll just swap her on to the pen ratio thing. Yeah, she's just kind of fun to use. The problem being that her buffs scale with pen ratio. Like, she gives out a pen ratio buff. Pen ratio and pen shred, which is what, or defense shred is what her weapon gives out. They don't make you do less damage. Like, if you have 15%, if you have like 20% defense shred, then you add on 20% pen ratio, you're still going to do more damage. But we're talking about like hypothetical, like trying to maximize return on investment. So the point being is that if you have defense shred, you want to go deeper into defense shred, which is why you usually almost always just see me running Nicole in this slot. Because Nicole gives out 40 defense shred, plus Trigger's 25 defense shred is what? 65? Plus the buff that we get here gives us another 15%. 70, 80. So we're at 80% defense shred, which is pretty ridiculous when you think about it. So I'm probably just going to go with this team, but I might try this with Rina, just to see see what the difference is like, see kind of how Rina affects this team. But for now, we're just gonna go with this, and I'll show off the builds so I can remember to do this. Her build has been nerfed a little bit just to give her a little more crit chance. 62. Her passive gives her another 10, so she's at 72. Does she get any more crit chance? 72 plus this. That gives her another 12, so she's at 84.6. 84.6%. So basically she's at 85 plus the crit chance from her boosts her up to 100%. So she's solid, right? So anyway, so that's that. That's her set. This is her skill. I should probably boost this here, but I can't be asked. Especially because right now I'm upgrading Ramiel and she's taking up all my resources. So we'll get to that later. But yeah, so she lost a bit of crit damage, but it's not the biggest deal. Trigger is just kind of the same. She's always just the same. Just doing what she does. This is her set. I could give her more crit chance, but again, you kind of want to start shifting over to crit damage a little bit, just because or attack and crit damage a little bit. Just have her do more damage because Sanby does scale her damage pretty well. It's nothing fantastic, but it's better than nothing, right? So that's what's up with that. And those are her stats. And then lastly, we got Nicole. One of my favorite units. I really should upgrade these to finally max them out just to do a little more damage, but for now it's fine. And then on Nicole, I mean, you can build Nicole however you want, really. There isn't really a right way to build her. You can build her with the only probably right way to build her. You should probably replace this with like crit chance or something. You know what I mean? With not crit chance, but with an energy regen set like this and like some other energy reset thing here, energy recharge thing. Where's the piece I just had on her? But I kind of like her doing a little bit more damage. And I personally never really feel the difference because her weapon's maxed out. It gives her 0.8. Plus, she's already got so much energy regen. I never really feel the difference between the 20% extra having it and not having it. So I'm kind of okay with her like this. But ideally, you probably want to swap her over to that. Eventually, I'm probably just going to put her back on the energy regen set. But I just, for now, I'm just having fun using her like this with a little extra damage. So yeah, we'll get in there and do that, and you can kind of use whatever you want. I just go with this one because he's electric and I have him maxed out. He was the first one because Sanby was the first unit I pulled in this game. That electric boo became the first one that I started aiming for, but from what it sounds like, he's kind of low on the bang boo tier list if you call it that.
Leave it to me, Andy. Ether vision activate. Move behind me. Increase firepower. What you deserve. Now you pay. Down stratified. Off balance. Now you pay. Save your strength. Engaging. Roger that.
Oh,
Pull him back down. Keep focused. The boss is right on cue. Now you pay. It's time.
I'm never good at hitting all these legs. Like I just kind of wail on them. Like I don't really care about whether I hit all the legs or not.
Engaging. Let me give you a little treat. Like roger that.
Oh look, there's a little counter up there that tells you when that's keeping track of all your
Down stratified. What you deserve.
your extra points or whatever. The bonus points that you get from whatever match it is.
Adjusting for wind. Now you pay. Right on. What you deserve.
I'm just gonna ult him, see if we can get the stun off this. Hell yeah.
Engaging.
I thought I had Nicole's ult up, so that's why I hesitated there. And I wasted that triple star mark. That's fine.
The melody is right on cue. Now you pay. Out balance. It's time. What you deserve. Engaging.
I messed up. I tried to swap over and it didn't let me. It was too fast. And I messed up here too. That's fine. Sometimes, like, if you're too fast, you won't swap over into Nicole in time.
Vision activate. Right on cue.
I had That last triple star mark plus an entire EX special I could have thrown at her, but or him or it. We didn't get into it in time, so not too bad. 85, 5. I think I might try that again. Let's try that again with what's her name, with Rina, and just see how it plays out. Just to see what's up with that. How do I? Okay. 34. We'll have to remember that. I say that to myself only because like I always forget what that says. Ooh, honestly, the other thing is we might even do better with her. Let's see how this plays out using the bunny here. I'm curious because I use Nicole again. I get baited into it says electric and ether weak, so my brain is like, oh, bring in an ether. But the thing is, Zhao usually beats out Nicole anyway, no matter what. So even if it is ether weak, like Nicole's not doing a lot anyway. So it's always important to keep that in mind. Sometimes you get baited in by like, oh, it's fire week, so I'm gonna bring in my Soldier 11, which sometimes she can. I'm not very good with her, so I end up struggling a lot. But if you're better with her than I am, then
Savior's adjusting for wind. Down static. Now you can. Outbound. What you deserve. Now you can. Right on cue.
Oh, that was bad. I would just do that. You never really like, especially when you're using Zhao, you really want to make sure you don't use Zhao's chain attack because it's really bad. It takes up way too much time and does like no damage. I didn't see that coming for some reason.
Sniper's
with
free.
this.
One shot, one kill. Down strategy.
Ah!
Press the advantage.
For some reason it's harder to like. I'm paying less attention. I'm just gonna pop the ult here because I mean why not? And it gives me the quick assist. And Sanby was out of resources anyway, so whatever. Because you really do have to switch over to the bunny every so often. Just because she runs out of her little like whatever that resource is to keep up her. There we go. Finally got it in time. Right. Her Zhao's regular special, not her EX special, it's actually way more useful than her EX special. Like her EX special is such a waste of time and resources. It's not even funny.
Save your strength, Emily. Now this bullet will reach its mark. Right on cue.
Ah!
The target's exposed.
Okay, so in this case, we ended up doing better with Nicole, which is a pretty good sign. It means Nicole, despite not being a 5-star and not having a 5-star weapon, because Zhao, technically she should cost a point, just because Zhao's, what's the word? Just because Zhao's a 5-star, but because we got her for free, I don't count it. But the weapon I have on Zhao right now does cost an extra point, so look at that. So if you remember, I think I have to go back and look at it, but Nicole's contribution was a little higher. I think it goes up to like 4%. So Nicole's damage did help out a little bit, not a lot, but a little bit. So fortunately, Nicole is still pretty relevant, which is a good thing. Again, and this enemy might be ice resistant too. But yeah, so as it turns out, Zhao, even with her team wide like 1,000 attack buff plus all the extra damage bonuses that she gives out, still can stand up to Nicole, which is a good thing. Zhao sometimes Zhao is easier just because having that like consistent 1,000 attack buff plus that like let's go see. I forgot what Zhao. I think she has a 35% damage buff in her kit. 35% down here. 40%. I think mine's a little under because I don't have 26,000 HP, but we'll pretend it's 40%. So 40%, 1,000 attack plus 40% plus this set plus the 18 or what is it 18% from this. It still doesn't outpace the 40% defense shred and the just the gear that I have on her. Plus, what's her name? Let's go find Nicole. So Nicole's advantages are, first of all, he's ether weak, so all her bubbles are doing a lot of damage. She doesn't do too bad damage herself. She has 40% defense shred, plus this set gives her another 18% to the whole team. This set, or this weapon, gives 24% to the whole team. So not bad overall. However, I do think I am just going to switch over to this again, just because that time I did feel the energy difference. So that's, I'm just going to go with this again. Our crit chance is a little lower, I think. Yeah, I'm missing a crit roll, which means I have to make up for it somewhere else. Crit rate +1. Let's see over here, +2. Crit damage. Crit rate +2. I think I'll just keep her like this. It's not too bad. I just feel like this could be better, though. I might have had that one on her before. Is there a better crit rate? This might have been what I had on her. I would like her to be, yeah, at 60. But this has no crit damage, so I might go back to what I had before. Yeah, we're losing too many stats on that other one. So either way, it's fine. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with this, and then do I have enough to max these out? I kind of want to max these out, but again, I don't want to grind for more stuff. And then not only that, how much is this? How many Denny's does this take? Because yeah, I need to save all that money to finish Ramiel. So eventually they'll get maxed out, but we'll leave her there. As a last run, we'll try this again with what's her name? Just for the fun of it. It's not, again, I'm not gonna take this too seriously, but we could be surprised by the amount of damage she does, or it boosts it by. We're gonna come in here with this. Defense shred, we'll go with this. What is her skills? What's wrong with her skills? Oh, these are all very low because I haven't built them up, so that's fine. Agent level just drives, everything's fine. Yeah, so if you want to see her build, it's just this plus this. I didn't show off the Zhao build, which I can do now. Pen ratio. I put attack percentage here just because she doesn't do anything. Like, you could put anomaly there, which is fine. You could do, you could do a whole number of things, but it's not really that big a deal. This is the Zhao build. Again, just get HP. It doesn't really matter. Getting her buff maxed out is more important than try to like increase her personal damage. Yeah, I'm just curious to see how this works out. I think I have, actually. Let's go see. Do I have... So you're going to have to be stuck with that. I can put this back on her if I have a pen ratio piece here, which I don't have. I mean, obviously you see I have a lot of pen ratio, but they're not great. This one is still probably the best one. This one's missing crit rate. I can make up for it by swapping over to this, and then I get the crit damage and the pen ratio. It doesn't matter. We're just gonna throw it in there and see what kind of difference she makes. Again, if you're running Rina and she gives out a bunch of pen ratio, you want to put more pen ratio on whatever unit you're running to really maximize that buff. But we're just kind of going in here for fun. I'm not going to take this too seriously. We're just going to see what we can do with the new Rina. What is that? I have found her kit interesting. She gives out attack and defense, which is probably more useful for the Uma that's coming. I don't know what her name is. So I just call her the Uma.
Recalibrating. I'm on it. Down strategy. Now you pay. It's now you pay. You cannot stop me. Right on cue. It's time. Engaging. Roger that. We won't back down.
I do have Rina's M1, so it does make keeping the buff up a little easier for me.
Gotcha. Increase firepower. Down strategy. Now you pay. Go now, child. What you deserve.
Come on.
Kindly fall into despair. Roger that. Focus up.
And then we'll handle the ult.
Ether vision activate. My bullets are one with the wind. Wow.
Oh, what the? Oh my god. We'll see how that affects the time. I'm not gonna start over just for that because that was a waste of.
You cannot stop me. Down strategy. Move it.
This one I don't mind so much, just because we can do this and then swap over into Rina and re-refresh the buff.
Right on cue. Down strategy. Wide open. Now you pay. What you deserve. Time to strike back. Damn.
This is not gonna stun him. I was hoping it would, but it's not. There we go. That was stunning.
Roger that.
Ah, I had an ult and a whatever. Let's see how that how much damage I ended up doing here. I think I outperformed Zhao. I don't remember though. No, I think we did about the same, but I missed one of the performance points, and I had an entire other ult in there. So if I had played that better, I didn't get caught up in that one like chain attack he did earlier. I think we would have outperformed Zhao, and that goes to show you just how strong Rina is these days, without optimizing for her, mind you, right? This would have gone a lot higher, a lot better, if I had built Sanby for pen ratio, which is pretty good, I think, for people who want trigger. So let's go take a look at this for a second. With this team, with a decently built Sanby, you kind of need her weapon, but decently built Sanby, if you run trigger without her weapon and you invest into a Sanby pen ratio build, Rina is a really good option because then you drop her weapon, you don't worry about the defense shred that this gives you. Again, it helps. Like Sanby trigger Rina will do more damage with her weapon with spectral gaze. It'll do more damage with that than it will without it. But if we're talking about being budget here, because you're running Rina who gives out pen ratio, and if you build for pen ratio on Sanby, you don't have to invest into her weapon as much. Now, granted, in a broad like overall view, you kind of want her weapon. But again, in between the fact that Rina's a decent support now and you can run pen ratio on stuff, in between that and the fact that like if you run trigger with a rupture agent, she can't like the defense shred doesn't mean anything. That's like two. That's like half of the cast that you don't have to worry about her weapon anymore. Now again, her weapon's still going to be better, but it helps other things because again, her weapon is an entire pity. You know what I mean? Like, cause you have to weigh these things up between okay, do I want her weapon or do I want something else? Like if you have Sambi and you have Trigger and you have Rina, and you're like, okay, let's put them together. But I don't have Sambi's weapon and I don't have Trigger's weapon. Obviously, probably Trigger's weapon's still better. But let's say it's between Trigger's weapon and pulling, I don't know, like your favorite, like a like Ramiel's out. It's like, okay, well, I kind of want like another unit. Basically, the point I'm trying to say is like weapons end up being kind of lame a lot of the times because all they do is increase numbers behind the scenes, kind of like stat stuff. But it'd be more fun to just have another unit. You know what I mean? So if it's like between, okay, well, do I have enough to save for the upcoming Void Hunter or picking Trigger's weapon? In the long run, Trigger's weapon might be better, but we've already seen that Trigger's gotten power. Like Trigger with her weapon gets power scaled by Dial In without her weapon. You know what I mean? So if you could have saved money and resources on Trigger's weapon and then just pulled for Dial In, you would have had a better unit for another team and had a better spread of power rather than have you wasting 2 pities. I mean, I wasted 3 because I have her M1, but I wanted to. I kind of like I knew that. So again, if you, I mean, there's no one stopping you. You can if you want. It's just more be aware of these things in your mind when you're talking about trade-offs, losses, opportunity costs, and all that kind of stuff, right? So realize that if you're pulling for her weapon, that's another weapon you're missing out on from another unit you could possibly use, or just another unit you're missing out on because now you have to waste resources for this, that, and the other. So the point being is that like with a pretty decent budget, if you wanted to run Sanby, you could go Sanby, her weapon, and then just stop there. Pull Trigger, don't worry about her weapon, and then maybe pull for, or like hopefully you already have Rina by now, and then hopefully you have a couple of Rina's weapons. And then you just build Sanby towards pen. Hopefully, guys, that didn't sound too terrible for you guys. Hopefully, you build Sanby towards pen ratio, and there you go. You get a lot more damage out of that set, right? So when you pair her with Rina, because again, you want to dogpile on more pen ratio when you're with a pen ratio team, and mind you, that's not including. It's a good thing you guys can't see that, but my controller disconnects and Steam puts like an entire like. You guys can't see it, but like right here, there's a whole line of windows that come up, Steam notifying me that my controller's disconnected. It connects and reconnects. It disconnects and reconnects. It's really annoying. But anyway, the point I'm trying to say is, you guys could see there that even with the mistakes I made, like I played the Zhao team a little better than the Rina team, and the Rina team was still close enough, if not beating the Zhao team, right? Again, that's partially because this boss is weak to lightning, that we got away with that. But regardless, the point is, Rina's kind of like just useful now in general. And again, she only gets better. Back then, we had tickets and stuff. When the first anniversary came, they gave us a standard ticket. I used my standard ticket to get Rina's second Mindscape because really it was the only one worth getting. So it lasts 5.5 seconds longer, which it only lasts 5.5 seconds now. So now you get 11 seconds. And the core passive increases by another 30%. So I think she used to give out 30% pen ratio. Now she gives out like 40, I think. I'm pretty sure. The other one, Rina's damage increases for 15%, which again, it's not terrible, but whatever, who cares? This one's pretty decent because Rina does have energy problems because you can't run a 2-piece energy set. Like, she's mandatory. You can run the 4-piece energy, whatever, the Lullaby, I think is what it's called. but you can't run her on a 2-piece other set because it's mandatory to run the pen ratio. So anyway, this is just like I said, it's just helpful to have a little bit extra energy because she does have energy problems sometimes. And then lastly, if you get her all the way to the end, it increases electric damage by 15%, which again, it's first of all, that's a lame M6, but all the started units have lame M6s. Let's go take a look at her M6 at the end here. It deals 360% of her attack, which who cares? It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? So the point being is they're M66, but in the Sanby team, that's the only place that it's good. So either way. What else? Ultimately, this is just budget stuff. Obviously, Samby's ideal team is Sanby, Trigger, Orphe, but first of all, Orphe doesn't go well with a lot of other units, whereas like Nicole or now, what's her name? I was just talking Rina. Nicole and Rina go with a bunch of different characters, so it's better to invest in them than like going and wasting a bunch of pities trying to get. Because if you try to get Orphe, you kind of have to get Orphe and her weapon, and I mean, that's a lot of investment, extra investment for one character. So it's important to keep that in mind. So I mean, if you like Sanby, you do you. But I like Sanby. I just like her enough to have gotten Sanby plus her weapon plus Trigger. The thing with Trigger though is I went for the M1 just because that helps out any unit that's paired with Trigger. And I use Soldier 11 with Trigger. I use what's his name? Pyroas with Trigger. So yeah, I have a lot of opportunities to use Trigger. But if you foresee that personally, then yeah, I mean, go ahead, obviously do that. But just realize if you're going free to play, you kind of have to budget things out and like evaluate who's doing what or where, But yeah, anyway, that's it for today. I'll see you guys in the next one. I kind of went on long this time, but whatever.